This is VOA News. I'm Diane Roberts. U.S. officials and some analysts said on Sunday the unprecedented challenge to Russian President Vladimir Putin by Wagner fighters has exposed fresh cracks in the strength of his leadership that may take weeks or months to play out. A tumultuous 2 days saw Yevgeny Prigozhin, the leader of the Wagner private militia, seize a Russian city and challenge the authority of President Putin. He later left for Belarus after a deal was brokered. Russia's defense minister made his first public appearance since the mercenary uprising. The AP's Charles de la Desma.
Shoigu was shown inspecting troops in Ukraine in images aimed at projecting a sense of order after a weekend that saw armed rebels seize a Russian city and march seemingly unopposed on the capital. Shoigu is one of three powerful Russian leaders whose diverging interests led to the Wagner Group rebellion. He's the first to be seen since then. The mutinies marked the biggest challenge to President Vladimir Putin in more than 20 years of rule. Neither Wagner Group chief Yevgeny Prigozhin nor General Staff Chief Valery Gerasimov has been seen or heard in public since the weekend. I'm Charles de la Desma.
AP correspondent Mimi Montgomery reports a top Russian diplomat visited Beijing after Sunday's rebellion.
Russia's Deputy Foreign Minister Andrei Rudenko is in Beijing for a meeting with Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang. According to the Chinese Foreign Ministry, they'll be discussing international and regional issues of common concern. While no formal allies, Russia and China are maintaining close ties, with China not condemning the invasion in Ukraine. Rudenko's visit comes a day after the head of a private mercenary army rebelled against President Putin's power. I'm Mimi Montgomery.
For the latest on all these and all the stories we're covering, visit us at voanews.com. This is VOA News. The West Bank is witnessing some of the worst violence between Israelis and Palestinians in years. It's an explosive mix, observers say, as the Palestinian Authority appears unable to rein in militants, while the Israeli military is doing little or nothing to stop attacks by extremist Jewish settlers. Dale Gavlak reports from Amman.
The soaring violence now seen over past months has drawn alarm from the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, who warned that the violence risks spiraling out of control. Israel's right-wing government has pushed for a more aggressive military response to Palestinian militant attacks, while encouraging Jewish settlement expansion in the West Bank, observers say. They say the Palestinian Authority is unable to rein in militants because it lacks legitimacy among ordinary Palestinians. Del Gavlek for VOA News, Amman, Jordan.
According to the United Nations, in 2021, Nigeria had the most child deaths caused by pollution-related pneumonia in the world at nearly 70,000. UNICEF says 40% of those deaths are a result of breathing air pollution caused by burning solid cooking fuels in the home. Timothy Obiezu reports for VOA.
Polythene bags and a matchstick. This is how Hadiza Salisu starts a fire to cook her family's meals every day. And like most women in Nigeria, Salisu has heard of cleaner fuels for cooking. She says her family is too poor to consider an alternative. Around 70% of households in Nigeria burn charcoal or solid biomass fuel, such as firewood, for cooking, according to the country's Statistics Bureau. The World Health Organization says that smoke from the kitchen is a leading cause of death in the country after malaria and HIV/AIDS. UNICEF says children are seriously affected. Timothy Obiezu for VOA News, Abuja, Nigeria.
Some 95,000 Nigerians die annually as a result of smoke from kitchen cooking. The U.S. Coast Guard said Sunday it's leading an investigation into the loss of the Titan submersible that was carrying 5 people to the Titanic to determine what caused it to implode. The captain, chief investigator, said the salvage operations are ongoing and they have mapped the accident site. More than 2 million Muslims will take part in this week's Hajj pilgrimage to the holy city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia. It's one of the world's largest religious gatherings and is returning to full capacity following years of coronavirus restrictions. For the pilgrims, it's a profound spiritual experience that wipes away sins, brings them closer to God, and highlights Muslims' unity. From Washington, I'm Diane Roberts, VOA.
Thank you for watching. Can you do me a favor? Please leave a comment in the comments section below. That would really help. Thank you, and see you again soon.